So guys, before we get started, don't forget we do have that amazing discount code thanks to Tier 0 Games going on right now, and all you have to do is put in ZWGames5 to get 5% discount on your total order at tier0games.com. The links will be in the description below.
What's up YouTube, this is Joe from Zephyr War Games, and I'm bringing to you guys the long-awaited final complete version of Cyberse. More importantly, what people are calling the Code Talker build. This build really focuses on not only just pushing for large amounts of damage with some locks as well, with like Trigate Wizard and that kind of thing, using the Code Talkers, but also can perform extra links. I literally have done like 4 to 5 test hands with this deck before recording this video, and I've literally performed about 3 to 4 extra links with this deck. It is very easy to do, takes a lot of resources out of your hand, but in the forms of like you need some extenders and that, but the consistency that the deck can perform doing the extra links is very good. It's very powerful and pretty viable, especially for your locals. If you're planning to build this deck and playing it, I would actually recommend taking it to your locals. Have a good laugh, have a good fun out of it, but also performing these U boards, like pretty strong U boards for what they are, and just literally punching for large damage. You could get some good wins out of it. I will say that this is a quite expensive deck, and I'll explain why it's expensive as I go through it, but I will explain some like tech choices that you can take out, some cards you can take out on the pricey side, and tech choices that you can put in instead. So with that said and done, I'm going to run through the profile, explain some of the new cards and that thing. Also, big shout outs to Duelist. I think the channels are Dual Evolution and Duelist Expordium. Like, that's its translated name, but its official name is El Exodo del Dulceta. I probably butchered that name, I do apologize, but these channels did help me out, letting me learn the combos for the extra link, and even gave me ideas on how to build the deck as a whole. So big shout outs to those channels. The duel videos are very good and very fun to watch. But yes, with that said and done, let's crack on into it. Starting off, we're playing one of the new Code Radiators. The Code monsters in the main deck have these effects where you can link summon from your hand, so long as you're link summoning into a Code Talker monster. Code, and then they have like search effects, whether they're linked from the hand. Well, they have effects whether they're linked from the hand or linked from the field. So Code Radiator, you can link it from the hand when making a Code Talker, and if you do so, you can target a monster in the field. I think it's reduces attack to 0. Yeah, reduces attack, changes attack to 0, also negate its effects. But if you use it from the field, you can target 2 monsters instead. Pretty powerful card. It is the highest rarity from the Fist of the Gadget set, being a secret rare, but even then it's not too pricey. I think the average price is about £10. You're playing like 1 to 2 of this, depending on how many of Code microcoders you can acquire. As you can see, I'm using proxies, using Rocket Synchron to proxy 2 more. The reason I chose this is because they're level 1 dark, so pretty easy to find in the deck. But yes, you need to play at least 2 copies of Microcoder. In all honesty, at least 2. Just because you need to get this card into your hand. You have ways to search it pretty easily, but you need at least 2 copies. So it is unfortunate that it is a video game promo. I managed to I bought the video game, obviously, so I got my copy. So if you can find trades and purchases of other people, do so. You need to get copies of this. So what microcoders does, like Code Radiator, you can link it from the hand to make a Code Talker. If it's used as link material, you can search your deck for 1 Signet card and add it to your hand. And I do believe that if this card on the field was used as material, you can add 1 level 4 cyberse monster instead. So you can search your monsters, but you're mostly using this from the hand to link summon, and then going and searching your signet optimization, and like signet codec, all those signet cards, heck, even signet mining, which is really good. And then you can go off and continue with your combos. If you can only get 2 copies of this, I swap out the third one for another radiator. Just that way you can have consistent link summons from your hand. Moving on, we've got 1 Lady Debug, 2 copies of Balance the Law. Lady Debug is pretty much self-explanatory, searches all your monsters pretty much. And then Balance the Law gives you an additional normal, along with Widget Kid. The reason I'm playing 1 Widget Kid over the Balance the Law is because sometimes levels do matter. Widget Kid is a bit more searchable due to the fact of Lady Debug. And it still gives off the same result, getting 2 monsters on the board to help you go into your code talker and keep going from forth. 2 copies of Clock Wyvern, again self-explanatory, gives you a token, helps you extend and start off your plays. 3 copies of cyberse Gadget. This card's really good at extending your combos. One of your spells does give you an additional normal, so if you can use it on your cyberse Gadget, you can revive a monster, link away, get a token, continue linking away, and literally help build your U board pretty easily. We are playing a small Salomon Great engine because the Salomon Greats are just that powerful and they're very consistent, and just still being cyberse monsters, you can search them off your spells. It gives you additional food material, and Baby Links does actually really help with your combos. And so this is why we're playing the Salomon Greats. We're playing 1 Gazelle, 1 Spinny, 1 Foxy. Foxy is actually sometimes the better one of Spinny, which is quite funny because in the Salomon Great deck it's like reversed. But Foxy is really strong in this deck, and you can literally start off your plays just on his own. It's really, really powerful. Gazelle's Gazelle's really good. You know, Salomon Great goes to grave, special summon, send cards, so send Spinny with our Spinny. You literally got 3 monsters out of that. So, continuing on, we have 1 Link Slayer. You can search this off your spell card, and it's also good in your opening hand. It's a free summon. 1 copy of Defcon Bird is a new card from the set. So what it does is that it's a wind level 3 cyberse. You can discard 1 other cyberse monster, special summon this card from your hand. Curious effect, Defcon Bird once per turn. Once per turn, when your cyberse monster is targeted for an attack, you can make its attack and defense become double its original attack. Then you can change it to defense position. This attack and defense change lasts to the end of the damage step. So you're not really going to use it for its graveyard effect as much, that's not as important for. The important thing is that it's a wind cyberse that summons itself from the hand. Combos very well with your Dotscaper. Dotscaper is amazing in this deck. Cyberse Converter, Backup Secretary, Sim Templar. It's a good dark one to search off your spell. 1 Sea Archiver, it's a good water one. And Link Improvise. You can see the last lot of the monsters are just all monsters that summon themselves from the hand for essentially free, or the graveyard for free, and just helps extend your combos. Like if you literally open up a few hands of your starter plays and some of these, you're good to go with your U-Link. Moving on to spells, free silent mining. Unfortunate again for budget players. It's really annoying. Playmaker's deck is just so it's fun. It's not fully 100% competitive as a forms of Salomon Greats. But it's just so expensive. Silent mining is just rose up in price dramatically. But you need to have silent mining. If you can't get silent mining, play play the Signet Backdoor instead. You can play that one. It's a budget version. It costs you to banish a monster on the field, but I'd just increase the copies of Balance the Law, because that way it's a good combo card with that. That's what I would do. The Signet Mining to search. 3 copies of Signet Codec, another card from the video game. Again, I'm proxying with 2 of Shrine of the Dragon Lords or whatever it is, just because it's a continuous spell. Signet Code is really good, and it's pretty much the heart and soul of the deck. So while this is in play, whenever you link summon a Code Talker, you can search your deck for a cyberse monster of the same attribute, but you can't search the same attribute more than once a turn. So, example, I link into Transcode Talker. I can search my deck for the Earth attribute Dotscaper. If I make Transcode Talker again, I can't search for another Earth. You know what I mean? but I can still search for, if I make a fire instead, like power code, I can then search a fire. But again, I can't search for fires. So you're essentially going through the code talkers, each attribute, building up on the board, searching your deck for more extenders, and continuing increasing your board. I'm playing 2 copies of Sign Up Optimization. This card is really good to have in your opening hand, but it is also good to search off the microcoder. This card on activation gives you an additional normal summon of a cyberse monster. And if a code talker battles, your opponent can activate cards or effects until the end of the damage step. So it's pretty powerful for that, considering your whole deck's based around code talkers. Playing 1 for 1, this helps you search your microcoder. 1 copy of Foolish Burial, we want dump stuff in the graveyard. 1 Monster Reborn, because Monster Reborn is a good extender. 3 copies are Called by the Grave. You don't, hand traps can really hurt this deck's combo and mobility, so you need to have Called by the Grave to stop those hand traps. And then 1 copy of Salamangreat Sanctuary, because we play Baby Links, so we want to get that free search off that. And we're playing the 1 trap card. It's a new trap card, which is Signet Conflict, which is a counter trap card, very powerful for the deck. When a spell, trap card, or monster effects activate while you control a code talker monster, negate the activation, and if you do, banish that card. And if you do, your opponent can activate cards or effects of cards with the same original name as that card that was banished until the end of the next turn. You can activate 1 Signet Conflict once per turn. So if you really want to buff up the copies of this in your deck, you're more than glad to do so, because this is a very powerful trap card. Like, I would at least play 2 copies if I wanted to buff this up. 3 could probably get too cloggy, plus it's searchable off your microcoder. So, but at least the 1 copy you have to play, because if you can build a U board and have this set as well, like, you're good to go. Your opponent's not going to do pretty much anything against you. That's it for the main deck. Moving on to the extra deck, we're playing 1 Talkback Lancer. This is a new card again from Fist of the Gadgets. It's a Link 1, points down, 1200 attack, dark level, So it takes 1 level 2 or lower cyberse monsters. Sometimes that can get a bit iffy. Sometimes I wish it was level 3 or lower, but we do what we can do. You contribute 1 other cyberse monster, then target 1 code talker monster in graveyard with a different original name from that monster. Special summon it to your zone this card points to. You can use the effect of Talkback Lancer once per turn. So a very powerful card. You're going to use this to get back your transcode after linking it away, so that way you can complete the U board. 1 copy of Link Disciple, just that Link 1, that easy Link 1 that points down. 2 copies of Salamangreat Baby Links. I'd say pick this up while you can, while it's still cheap. I got like another playset for about £2.30 or something like that on eBay. You need at least 2 copies of this. 1 copy of cyberse Wicked. The reason we're playing this in no tune is just because this linked summoned card can't be destroyed by battle or card effects. So it's a very powerful monster to finish your U board with if you can, just because they're not going to get over this pretty easily. 2 copies of Code Talker. Yes, finally we have Code Talker. We should have got this years ago when it first came out, essentially, but we finally got it. So it's a Link 2 that points up and down, 2 effect monsters, 1300 attack. Gains 5 attack for each monster the card points to, and cannot be destroyed by battle or opponent's card effects while this card points to a monster. So you could essentially finish your U board with this as well, just because you'll have this linked to most likely X code, so it can't be destroyed by card effects. And then since it's pointing to X code, it can't be destroyed. And then X code could just block off the extra zone that it points to for your opponent via its effect. So that way it is still essentially locked under the U board. Moving on to Link 3, we're playing Tri-Gate Wizard. You can pretty easily get this card to point 3 things, the old classic Tri-Gate lock. And now for the Code Talkers. Shooting Code Talker. Like, seriously, why don't you just give us a structure anyway? It's been so much easier. Shooting Code Talker. We got this card. It's Link 3 Water Cyberse that points up, left, and down. Takes 2+ cyberse monster 2300 attack. At the start of the battle phase, you can activate this effect. This battle phase's card can make attacks on your opponent's monsters up to the number of monsters this card points to, currently +1. But this turn, When it attacks your opponent's only monster, this card loses 400 attack during that damage calculation only. At the end of each battle phase, you can draw cards equal to the number of monsters this card destroyed by battle this turn. So, this card can help you make your U-board, use link markers, but it can also help you get your cards back and build up your consistency after making your initial U-board. Being able to wipe out monsters and at least get 2 attacks is very, very powerful. 1 power code talker for the fire, 1 end code talker for the light, 1 X code talker for the wind, and 1 trans code talker for the earth. We don't play decode talker just because we have code talker for that. It's much easier to summon. I do apologize, decode, you're really awesome, but we don't need you in this deck just because your little version is a lot better. But you need to play all these cards. Encode talkers are hit and miss. I like to play it just because being able to search cyberse gadget is pretty powerful. But you need to have these cards. And then to finish off the link monster, we're playing 1 Mech Knight Crusader Avamax. It is a cyberse that you can make. You can put it in the middle, points left and right, finish your U-board, and you can get a pretty powerful board from it. And then to round up the extra deck, I'm taking in 1 cyberse reminder. This card I got teched from again the Duelist Exportium. Just trying it out. Its effect is pretty good. You can see some in this, then you can get back one of your Signet cards. You can get back your Signet Mining, get back your Trap card. So I think it's a Spell and Trap card. Yes, Spell or Trap. So get back some pretty powerful cards from the graveyard. And if it is destroyed by battle, it has 1800 attack points, so it's not too bad in terms of its attack stat. You can special summon 2 level 4 cyberse monsters from your deck, but those effects are negated. So you're not going to use them for the Exceed summon, which is pretty much its initial design was to go into like Fire or Exceed. But you can then use them to go into your link summons and continue your plays. And so that, guys, is the deck. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to try and make a extra link combo guide for you. It is pretty difficult because it really depends on what cards you have in your hand. What I'll probably do is I'll keep playtesting, find out the minimum requirements that you need to build the U-board, and then I'll do that combo for you in another video. So, as always, guys, like, comment, and subscribe. Please try this out if you're playing cyberse. It's very fun, very powerful. Again, the only thing holding the deck back is the video game, just because of the promos that it has. But other than that, this deck is pretty good to build. You can, in fact, you could probably get away with playing 1 of each just from the video game. I'd probably then just up Radiator to 3. Play a few more cards just to build up your consistency, just like natural consistency cards, or just hand traps as well. So, as always, guys, like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, guys, as always, happy dueling.
What's up, YouTube? Dan here from Zephyr Games. Thanks for watching that video. If you liked it, please hit that big thumbs up button in the bottom corner as well. And don't forget to hit the big red subscribe button so you don't miss out on anything. Make sure you click that notification bell as well so you know every time one of our new videos goes up. Throughout the whole year of 2019, we're going to have more deck profiles, duels, and of course pack openings for you guys to watch and enjoy the entire year round. So stay tuned for more, and as always, guys, happy dueling.